We have grown a lot. More emotional awareness, more boundaries.
Yeah, but deep down, I still flinch when someone raises a wooden spoon.
That's not trauma, that's reflex conditioning.
Honestly, society changed, but some survival skills are forever. Hello and welcome to Adulthood as a Project, the show where two sisters discuss lessons learned and growth earned through the realities of life. I'm Charlie, and you know my sister Casey, and we are your hosts.
In today's episode, we will discuss, is it society changing or us? We will also discuss the ins and outs of how we can adapt. Let's get started.
I almost didn't have my button ready. I was in the middle. I'm like, what am I doing?
Gosh, man, get it together.
I know. Society changing. Okay, so I'm in charge of the questions this week. Man, I got you a winning button ready.
All right.
Obviously, I'm like, the theme goes with the show, but I couldn't quite get all the questions to keep on a certain theme. But that's okay. Because I got some faith in you here. So, all right. Question 1. You feeling good?
Oh yeah. I got this.
Okay, great. I feel good too. All right. True or false? The phrase kids these days has been found in writing as far back as ancient Greece.
I would say true.
Yeah, it is. They said Socrates was one of the ones that apparently complained about him. Okay. All right. Now this one says, what common childhood activity from the 80s and 90s is now considered unsafe or even illegal in some schools? And I can give you a little hint if you'd like.
Illegal in school?
It says it is. I can't imagine that, but pansies these days, yeah, I could kind of see it actually.
Spanking.
Oh, no. I said I'd give you a hint if you wanted one. Dodgeball.
We said game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know dodgeball though.
Childhood activity, but yeah. And I was gonna be like, you used to know who your real friends were when it's a good chance to pick on people. Okay. All right. You ready for the next one?
I hope so.
Okay. Before texting and instant messaging, what device did people carry to receive short messages that buzzed them in public?
A pager.
I would have also accepted beeper, but
Yes.
okay. All right. You're doing good. Doing good. All right. What year did the original Woodstock Festival take place, signaling a major generational shift in values, culture, and rebellion? I can give you a slight hint again if you'd like.
Okay, give me a hint.
It was the summer of
69. I was trying to figure out if it was. I was trying to remember if it was 69 or 70. I was like, damn it. Which one?
Yeah. And there's like, I'm like, yeah, get up Woodstock, man. Someone said they basically described it as a giant group project where 400,000 people decided, hey, we don't want to do it the same way our parents did. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of a group project.
Yeah. Well, do you remember they tried to do that second Woodstock back in '99?
Yes, where they had that. Someone rioted during, oh, I don't remember the band. There was a band played. People started rioting. The crowds went insane. They started fires everywhere.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, our generation really screwed that up.
Oh, hell yeah. I
Like,
mean,
apparently we can't all peace and love.
right, right. Because we weren't all peace and love. We were listening to like Rage Against the Machine. You know, "Fuck you won't do what you tell me."
Yeah, exactly.
We were not
No,
peace and love about that at all.
no, no. Okay. All right. Which 90s behavior involving talking to friends face to face has been largely replaced by group texts, leading to jokes about how social we really are?
90s behavior.
This is kind of a silly one.
I guess just, I mean, I guess I just put it as like hanging out with friends.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. Like hanging out in person, which I know sounds so silly, but like,
Nice.
most people they just text now and they don't actually
Yeah.
get together, or they talk in games and then they don't actually get together. All right. So yeah, kind of based on those questions, little stuff like that, beepers or playing dodgeball. It's, I don't
Yes.
know, weird things, but society has changed. And I always just assumed it was me getting old.
Listen, I know, and
These darn
especially
kids,
get off my lawn.
for real.
But I know because there's been so many times in, I mean, especially if I'm out in public or anything like that, and the way I see kids behaving. And I
Yeah.
think, oh my God, like if that had ever happened when we were kids, I mean, yeah, no, there would have been a beat down. You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like we're gonna witness a child get abused right here in the middle of the store. It's not gonna matter, and nobody's gonna
And
care.
I was going to say everyone wants it to happen at this point.
Everybody, I mean, and back then, I feel like any adult could have picked that kid up and whooped their ass. It wouldn't have had to have been a parent. It
Right.
would have just been the adult that was seeing the situation and be like, I'm gonna whip that kid's ass right now. And the
Yeah.
parent would have been like, hey man, thanks. Thanks for whipping my kid's ass because I wasn't there to do it.
It would have been like that. Which, how insane, if you think about that these days, is that?
Oh man. I Now listen, I will get on to kids out in public. I can't help myself. I do it.
The
I
mom and the teacher in you comes out.
I'll be like, no, that's not how we behave. But I afterwards I'll be like, oh my god, like now I gotta wait for a parent to come over here and get on to me for getting on to their kid.
Right.
And then I'm gonna turn around and say to the parent, hey man, something needed to be said and you obviously weren't doing it.
And then you're like, is it worth all that conflict?
Is it? I mean, sometimes it is.
And
It really.
I would, because I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like, yes, we're getting older, so some like tolerance for certain things is just lower. I think I'm starting to think that's normal. I don't know. But also, like, society has changed. And then there's a part of me, though, that, like, there are certain things in society that needed to change. 100%. And there are some
Yes.
things that have gone too damn far.
Agreed.
Like, we do need to be spanking these damn kids sometimes. it is what it is.
I mean,
And
what's
like we've
is
gotten so soft now that it's like we went too far one direction.
We did. And so even as a teacher and such, I actually asked one of the older teachers at work that, she's been in the game for, 30 years, right?
Right.
And I said one day, I said, listen, I don't know if I just was sheltered because I grew up in a small town or whatever, but the way these kids act today, there is no way in hell that would have happened back in the day. And I cannot fathom that, I said, is it just me? I'm an old lady and so I'm getting cranky or, whatever. And she said,
Yeah.
oh no. She's like, kids these days, they're a totally different breed. Totally different breed. And it's because the parents are a different breed. She
Yeah.
said, it's everything has changed so much. Because I mean, listen, can you fathom ever sitting in class and seeing a kid get up in the middle of class screaming at the top of their lungs, stomping their feet, calling the teacher a bitch, and nothing
No.
happens?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. And I would love to pretend like that's not some kind of regular occurrence, but that shit goes down at least once a week
That's
in a
insane.
class.
That's
Insane.
absolutely, yeah, that's beyond, like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, and when she says this, we're usually like talking about my own like personal growth or what I'm going through or something she might be going through. So it's not really about society, but I'm just realizing as we're having this discussion, it fits real well. It's like if you look at it as a pendulum, okay, so our generation was probably so far this way on the discipline, like it was not rare to get our butts beat a lot, right?
Yeah.
So then as we're having kids, we're like, well, we're going to change that. Well, instead of just changing it a little bit, we swing all the way this way to where you don't get in trouble for shit.
Yeah.
And she always is saying, like, her kind of idea is you got to swing really far one way because you have so much to counterbalance from the other side before you can start coming back to the middle. So I'm thinking about it generationally, that maybe this very generation right below us, their kids will be a little bit more in the middle, where they are getting their butts beat at times, but they're also a little bit softer. And they find that happy medium because we had to go too far one way
maybe.
to come back. I thought, well, that would make sense parenting style, even like, so the whole has society changed? Well, yeah, but it's also because we've changed.
True.
Because there's certain stuff we didn't like growing up.
Right.
And
Exactly.
we flip it or whatever, but it definitely, personal opinion, went way too far.
Yeah.
Talking about the Woodstock thing that our generation tried to, I'm like, what is wrong with us? How can we not figure this out? Like, like our generation, I think it's our generation is the problem. I don't actually know that, but why can't we be all love and light, man? Calm down. But not so love and light that our kids don't have freaking like consequences to their actions. Come on now.
Well, and I do think it has to have something to do with our generation because, and I say that because the kids, like my kids, listen, they're quite a bit different than their peers.
Right.
And I don't say that, I'm not saying all kids their age are this way, but again, I did homeschool my kids. But, when they went, they did both go to a public vocational school. during their junior or senior years. And both of them would come home and just be flabbergasted by how their peers were acting.
Oh, okay.
You know, it would just be like, oh my gosh, mom, like the way these kids act with their parents, or the way they talk to the teacher, or the way they behave in class, just my kids were appalled by
Because they were
behaviors.
raised that wasn't acceptable.
Exactly. And I thought, well, surely it's not. And, both of my kids would be like, no, literally, I'm the only person in class that even attempts to not act like a dumbass. And I think that, so, and that can be kind of a little bit of a problem for both of them, because they do have a little bit of a harder time. I mean, they both have friends. Don't misunderstand me on that. They both just are very much people their own age. They're selective about who they hang out with, I would say.
Because they don't always mesh with them just
Yeah.
because they're I'm having a really hard time thinking of words today. Like their viewpoints, but not viewpoints, they're
Moral values.
value. There we go. Yeah. Like they just don't
Yeah.
align with some of the other kids their age right now, probably. So it's like, oh, it's harder to mesh in that situation because you're like, I just don't really agree with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
so I do think, I mean, obviously it had to have something to do with our generation, because apparently a lot of us sucked ass as parents.
I mean, I know I hate to say it, but yeah, I don't know because it was. I'm not gonna remember all of them, but there was this lady, me and my damn reels, that she was doing this whole video about ways I was abused as a child and how I've changed it with my kid now. So she was doing these complete these phrases thing, but she was saying like above the top would be like what she grew up hearing, and she would wait though and have her son respond. And I don't think I got through two of them before I'm like, oh, she's raising a little pussy, man. Like one of them, she's like, if you don't stop crying, I'm going to give you something. And obviously our ages to cry about. Her son's like, to make me feel better.
Oh no. Oh hell no.
No, I'm not. And I, and I really can't remember. There was like, I literally maybe watched three total, like three things. And I thought, I cannot watch this. Like, I 100% don't agree with it. Because it was going so far the opposite direction of what I get it. I understand that maybe parents could be a little more, in our generation, they could have been a little more understanding that maybe we had some emotions, right? Like,
Wildly
which,
inappropriate.
right. We shouldn't have had any. Like, I understand that was a little too far, but that whole next level of, oh, you're allowed, like, no, there needs to still be some discipline here and stuff like that. And I thought, I don't know, I just couldn't.
That's funny.
Like, what's wrong with society these days? And then I sound like an old fart.
I will say, I like with raising kids and emotions and things like that. That's something I would even tell you, like, listen, I didn't handle that right. Granted, I didn't have a great example to go off of, maybe, right?
We were definitely given something to cry about if we couldn't figure out how to stop crying. Like, we already had something to cry about. I didn't need more, but thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I don't think I ever said the whole, like, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Mine was always like, listen, if you're gonna do that, you need to be in your room away from everybody else. Okay, you can go have your fucking feelings, have them away from everybody, like a normal person, and don't come out until you're done. And that was my solution to it. Listen, I never claimed to be the best parent in the world.
Now your kids
I
don't
know
even
that
know how to
I've
relate
messed
to
up,
people
and
that have
I've told my
feelings.
kids like, I've told my kids like, listen, I know I did not handle that right, but also I don't know, don't have
I
emotion.
like they get they're like their first real relationship. The other person's like, hey, what you did really upset me. I'd like to talk about it. Like, I don't appreciate the way you talk to me. And they're like, then go in the other room and deal with your emotions until you're done. We don't show those in front of others. Thank you very much.
Like, listen, go sort that out in the room by yourself. Come back when
Yeah.
you're done. We'll talk.
Yeah. Let me know when you got it figured out, but I don't care. Oh, that's so funny. We are all human and make mistakes in there, right? So I don't. It doesn't come with an owner's manual, right? Because
Yeah.
I think, like, I mean, even as we're talking with the quiz of in-person contact with people is,
Yes.
I'm not going to say it's weird. Like, obviously, people know how to be in person. However, there's a lot of people who only communicate with their friends when they're on like video games.
Oh, yes.
And so then you get them in a social situation and they seem awkward because they're not texting out or typing out what they want to say.
Yeah.
Like how people could
I
be,
can see. And well, you know what I was thinking too is I remember a time when texting used to be a lot more work, right?
oh,
You had if you were
yeah,
going to say something, you had to hit that button like 4 times to get the right letter. And damn
freaking
it, if you hit
T9, man.
and so it used to
You
be
had to
like
hit, I think, 5 buttons to type out the word the.
and I was just like texting is such a pain in the ass. Like just call me. Now I'm very much more like, oh my God, why are you calling me? Just to give me a text because I can swipe to text.
And I can reply really quick and then not have to deal with you anymore. Like,
Yes. I'm like, I don't even like punch out the letters anymore. Now I just swipe and go.
yes. Or I can just, shit, now you can just hold the button on their text and put the thumbs up or the heart emoji and you're done. You don't even have to swipe anything.
Oh my God. So
So
yeah,
yeah, I think I, like communication has definitely changed,
it has big time. And I don't know,
which leads to us having to change.
we had to grow and change a little bit. Just so many different things are changing. And like I said, not all things. I know we talked about, like with the kids and how I'm going to say in my own personal opinion, these kids these days, Jesus, I'm concerned for our fucking future, to be honest.
God, I know for real, I know.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna be too old to give a shit. I hope I won't even know what's happening.
and I think that's gone way too far this way, and we need to get back a little bit more. But
Yeah,
you know, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna say the other thing that drives me batshit crazy with these kids these days. They can't. I mean, these kids can't function in society. They just can't. Okay, without a screen directly in front of them. And I know you see it in the restaurant business when you're waiting on a table
oh,
and they have
oh
kids.
yeah, like the real younger kid. You mean like the younger, like 4 or 5 year olds?
Oh yeah, I'm talking. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean 4, 5, 6, 7. At this point, 8.
It's funny, you'd go through coloring pages at a restaurant like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Half the time now, the parents are like, "Oh, we don't need that," because they have the iPad. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
they're coloring on the iPad, if you will, but it's a screen. When you started that though, I was thinking teenagers and how like
oh
everything, even if they're at work, it's usually a screen computer thing, like doing all
yeah.
their math for them or what, whatever the case. Don't get me wrong, I'll let it do my math too, but that's where I thought you were going with. There's a constant screen in every aspect of jobs a lot these days too.
There is a constant screen in every. Yeah. No, I was
But
thinking more along the lines of these kids, like they just don't even know how to sit at a damn dinner table and
well,
interact with their parent without a fucking screen sitting in front of them. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, nothing pisses me off more. It pisses me off. I want to go take those screens and throw them on the fucking floor and be like, dude, pay attention to your kid and teach them how to act in public
well,
right now.
and so forgive me because my brain is pushing all this together. I don't know if you and I were having a conversation or if it was something I read online recently, and it said, like, I feel like you were telling me this. So if I'm stealing your story, totally take it back. It was talking about the kids of we had to have a typing class in high school to learn
Uh,
how to type. Was it you?
yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take your story back?
I mean, I don't know what you're. I mean, I was just like,
Oh,
we ended
okay.
up
So
having
we
to
like
have
had
a.
to have a class to type, and now you hand a 5-year-old a freaking phone or an iPad, and they're working the shit out of it with no classes. Like we had to take a class to even learn how to type. If that tells you anything about how much
You
stuff
know,
has changed,
yes. Yeah.
these kids would be like, "What are you talking about, you old fart?" I know. Trust me, I know. I don't know.
Um,
I was talking to the kids at work the other day, and one of them was having me guess what year this kid was born. I'm like, well, he's 16. So then I'm like mouthing backwards. Like, he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. I'm like, okay. He goes, isn't that funny? He's such a baby. And I look at this other kid. I'm like, honest to God, anyone that's born in the 2000s is a baby to me.
yes.
And the other girl is sitting there. She goes, what? Really? I'm like, yeah, really. And then and I honestly thought she was a bit older, not because she necessarily looks older. She just is like, she handles herself well as far as like
Oh,
doing her job, being responsible, like not dicking around, whatever. So then she's telling me, and I'm like, I didn't realize you were, I mean, I don't know. And then she starts talking about when she graduated high school. And I look at them, I'm like, you guys, apparently there's this new term going around. I said, I got to admit that I was born in the 1900s,
oh my gosh, yes.
but it's true because I was. And I'm like, oh, good God, that makes me sound so old. And they're like, Charlie, are you really that old? I'm like, yeah, guys, I graduated high school in the 1900s too.
Now, I know this, and it's because for years, several years, my kids have made fun of me. And so when I say like one of my old lady things, because that's who I've become, my kids will be like, "Oh my God, Mom! Like, is this because you were born in the 1900s?" I'm like, "Yeah, it probably is because that's more." So they totally
That's insane.
that's
There's there is though a side of me that I don't feel like I don't know. When we were younger, most and maybe I'm remembering it wrong because I'm reminiscing, but I'm talking younger, so from 5 to 13. I feel like most of the older people in our life enjoyed us. They enjoyed our company. They weren't really yelling at us, like not like they had fun, like, but they weren't like get off my lawn or you kids are being insane. But hitting the teen years, music starts changing and we're blasting it, being silly and stupid. That's when I felt like older people were more, these damn kids these days. So
I feel like you and I have a different recollection. I'm not saying that I think that we had adults yelling at us all the time or anything like that. I
right.
think we had adults that weren't around. So, what was there to it? Like, I don't think they were enjoying our
Yeah,
company. I think we weren't
what are you
around
talking
then.
about? Yeah, no, we would go visit all their little houses.
Oh, you're talking about
So,
like,
back in the Mount days, man.
yeah, I mean, like those old people. I think they enjoyed having us. Okay, I guess I'm thinking. I guess you and I were indifferent. I'm like, listen, those older people who didn't have anybody coming by their house except for these little kids on bikes who would come in and
Weirdos. You cooking any bacon today? Can I have some? Sammy. I loved Sammy. He was the
I
best.
know. Yeah, no, I think that they enjoyed us, but no, I was thinking more of family dinners or anything like that. Like,
Oh,
dude, we
yeah.
never have our mouths open. We weren't talking because you know what I'm saying. Where I was like, they didn't
Oh,
enjoy
I
our
do.
company. They didn't enjoy
Yeah,
our
we definitely had a
company.
we
They
definitely had a
enjoyed
grandma
us.
on there telling us to shut up.
They enjoyed us sitting there shutting up.
Yeah. True. Very true with that.
So yeah, I guess that was more what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Fair enough. Fair enough. That in that respect, yeah, you're true. And there was something else too I'd read the other day about, I didn't quote the article by any means, but it was talking about how, right now everyone's like, kids these days don't want to work. And this article went back to, I want to say a newspaper in the 20s that had a same written in article in the, oh, editorial section or whatever those are called, of someone
mhm.
saying, kids these days don't want to work. I'm like, it's the same complaint with every generation. And it's really because they're finding new ways to do stuff.
Yes.
So then just because they're not doing it the same way you did doesn't mean they don't want to work. They're just changing it because they see a different option or opportunity,
Hmm. Yeah, I can.
which I find I I don't know enough to like get into some big discussion about this, but I had been speaking with a friend who's a little bit older a while back, and the topic of healthcare had come up. And again, I do not know enough about this. I'm not trying to start fights with anyone on it. I don't even care that much. But I was like, oh, universal health care seems kind of interesting to me. Like, I understand there's problems with it, just like there's not problems with the healthcare we have now. So I was just like, oh, I think it's cool. This person was immediately like, absolutely not. Like, I stayed at my job for all these years so that I could have health insurance for all my kids, and to just hand it out free now is not fair. And I thought, well, that's an interesting take. And it was really because this person was just frustrated because they're like, that's why I had to work at a job I didn't necessarily love for so many years, because I needed health insurance. So now say you're out here, our generation's like, hey, we're going to find a way to get universal health insurance. This older individual's like, hell no, I'm not for it,
Right.
because
Right. It's
they don't,
like because something made them miserable, they
right.
can't
And it feels like
fathom.
an injustice. Yeah. That this next generation won't have to deal with that,
Right.
which again, I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm like, well, why wouldn't we want it better for the next generation?
Right.
But there's times too. You think about kids, and say you have a slightly older sibling and a way younger one, and the
Mm-hmm.
younger one gets away with all kinds of shit. Like, that's an injustice, Mom. You didn't let me get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Like that. So even as kids, like, we feel that injustice. So I can see where that person feels that way, but
Right.
you break it down and you're like, come on, that's crazy. We want better, don't we? But
Yeah.
sometimes our feelings pop into that shit, and it's a little hard to look at it in a different light.
Yeah. I think one of the other things about society that has changed that, oh man, it's just so, and I'm not even going to say just, I mean, I would, at first I was going to say just like the gay community where,
You need to say LGBTQ plus YRP or whatever. The same.
yeah. Well, because I'm like, I don't want to just group it all into, because it's also these damn crazies that are like, I think I'm a cat. And, we're fucking cat ears and shit in litter boxes. I don't know.
And we don't think we have a mental health crisis in this country.
Right.
But yes, like,
and people are so, I mean, to me, it's just so insanely wild. And listen, by all means, I am so glad that we live in a society now where if you're gay, you're gay. Nobody cares, and you can be open about it, and nobody's gonna kick your ass for it. Like,
yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
we've, I'm so glad that we're there. I'm not glad that it's just this constant shove down my fucking throat. Every show you watch now, there's got to be somebody that's gay.
Yeah.
Every show.
To where it doesn't seem like it's authentic. Like,
yeah,
that to bring in the token gay person kind of thing. And I'm like, well, just make it authentic in the show. Like, if it was.
Exactly.
So, represent that community all over the place. Like, that doesn't bother me. Like, you know what? Take a quick example. I'm sorry to steal your thunder here, but Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
they did, in my opinion, I did too. I thought they did such a great job of authentically bringing stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were amazing. I absolutely loved that show. I've been kind of debating on rewatching it because I haven't seen it in a while. Loved it. Thought they did a great job bringing it all in. And then you watch these other dumb shows where they bring it in such an inauthentic way. It doesn't flow. It's like you're just forcing it in there.
Forcing it. Yes.
And, yeah. It was so stupid.
Like, I'm thinking immediately of like, do you watch Ginny and Georgia?
No, I haven't talked myself into doing it because I thought it was going to be one of those shows that annoyed me eventually.
No, I mean, I like it,
okay.
But it's that constant like, oh, we got to make this one kid gay, and now this other kid's experimenting, and God knows they're all fucking cutting themselves and having bulimia, and I mean that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I was like,
God.
oh my, good God, like get it together. Not, where I'm just like, okay, you guys are trying to force too much shit into one show.
Yeah.
And who cares?
And there's just, I guess, and we might have gotten way off topic here, to be honest. I don't know. But there's definitely a level of like making people feel seen, in shows. I understand that some of the stuff in the 80s, maybe the sitcoms or 90s, I guess, probably whatever, the 90s, the sitcoms weren't always as inclusive. I mean, I thought they did great, but I'm also a white female who grew up in the Midwest. So, exactly. I don't see it the same way certain other people would, and I understand that. But yeah, I think now we've almost gone too far, and there just hits a point where it's like, I don't want to use the term indoctrination. I don't think that's a little extreme.
Oh no, I'd use it.
Okay, because I'm like, now it's just in every damn show you watch, to where it's like these kids are being forced to think they're weird if they don't have one of these millions of things going on.
Yeah. I mean, I would go back and tell you about the Flower Child when she went to her, her public school vote tech classes, and she came home one day and she's like, "Mom, it was so weird. Like, I literally had to come out as straight at school." because everybody's gay or everybody is a boy that thinks they're a girl or
Oh my God.
whatever. And she's like, no, I'm just like a straight female. You're seeing exactly what I am. And she's like, I had to have a whole thing where I came out in class today about being straight. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like,
That's weird. And those are things where I'm like, am I too old to change with society and I'm set in my ways? Or is society gone a little too far
too
to
far.
the point of, no, I'm going to call that shit weird?
I'm gonna call it weird.
Because that is so weird. And
Yeah.
like I said, yes, my mind can be opened to new things. Of course, I can understand that. I'm glad we've come certain levels, but there's also just levels where I don't know that I'm going to budge on that ever.
Yeah.
Like, so, I don't know. Because why is it even that big of a deal? Why in school, and I get it's school, you're doing all kinds of stuff, but it's that big of a deal that you all have to sit around and talk about your sexual orientation. I don't remember doing that in school. Like we were just bullshitting
No.
with our friends, playing a little hacky sack at recess, like not recess, but playing hacky sack out there and smoking cigarettes behind the music room. Like
Right.
I don't remember having to discuss my sexuality and any of that stuff. So I think it's just interesting that kids are even doing that. That it's such a big thing these days.
Such a big thing. It's
I think,
wild.
and I think it gets shoved in all these TV shows, and because they've made it into a political thing, which I could argue you don't even talk about politics and religion, man. Let it sit. Now, do I think it's good that we can have discussions now and open our minds? Absolutely. We probably should have been doing that for years. But the amount of everything that is tied to be made political. Like at what point did my
Everything.
sexual orientation have anything to do with my political view?
No, I know.
They're two totally different things. I can guarantee you when I'm in my bed, I'm not thinking about politics. I know you might be thinking of a certain politician.
Vote for, yeah, baby, yeah. Who'd you vote for?
That's not has nothing to do with each other, in my opinion. Come on. I do want certain rights for myself as a female, so that could lean certain ways. But it's just why do we have to make everything so damn political to divide people? It's just insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, the media right now is really pushing that, I think, and that's definitely a different. I feel like that's a different topic altogether. But
True.
I think that's one of the big things that's being pushed in our society right now is just politicizing everything, and
Right.
it's just a matter of they want to keep us divided. I mean, divide and conquer, right? Because if we all actually ever manage to get together and understand that we need to fucking overthrow the government because they're pieces of shit,
Obviously.
it'd be a problem.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
Because if we would all come together, we're a strong group, so.
Well, I don't know. Our generation would be lighting shit on fire, apparently.
It's true. It's true.
It'd be like Woodstock, making peace and love, man. We need that generation to start leading the pack for us so we can jump on their train. Leave the pallets and matches at home, man. But so, as we talk about, like, there are just two different, it's a mix of both. We're changing because our viewpoints change. Like, my viewpoints have changed on a lot of stuff over the years. Where I'm like, oh, that's doesn't bother me as much. I don't know. I can't think of a specific example, but I'd say, learn to be a little more open-minded on stuff. So my viewpoints have changed. And at the same time, like, society has changed so far. And you kind of push them together. And I do, like, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if it kind of starts hitting in your 40s where you just start feeling that, oh, I am definitely an old lady now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It does hit.
I'm just gonna embrace it. These damn kids these days don't understand.
Damn kids these days. I'm gonna tell you my new old lady thing that I've been doing,
Oh,
and I know
good.
it's an old lady thing, and I'm very much. Listen, it's fine. Just give me a minute. I have the correct change.
Oh, I've been doing that one for years.
So like I've got the correct change. It's just hold on.
Everyone else, damn it, old lady, just tap your debit card and get on out of here. I, did, I still did too. I swear, if you hand them, depending on the age of the kid at the register, I mean, they're looking at that change so confused. The other day, I actually checking out of the grocery store. I'm like, here, give her exact change, and she owed me 2 pennies. She's like, hold on, and she keeps talking to me and is not putting the money in the computer to
Oh my
finish the
god.
transaction. I'm like, I literally don't care. She says, well, my boss does. Okay, I don't care. It's 2 pennies. Just keep it. She goes, well, you're going to need a receipt. The whole time she's still just talking to me and not putting it in. I just walked off. I was like, I don't know what is happening. If you have all the exact change, I don't know why you keep talking to me and not just put it in the computer and be done with this situation. So I just walked off. I'm like, this is weird, but I will say, I'm one of the people in 2020 when we have a change shortage. I'm all, oh, the shit we do, motherfucker. I pull out my change jar. And all these places of business were like, if you don't have exact change, you need to pay with a debit card. I'm like, oh, I got exact change. Hold on a second. And I'm like, I was doing it to like stand my ground on something against the government personally. But when you said you do it, I'm like, I've been doing it for years now, man, because it just kept going.
I forgot about the change shortage. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Like that was the
Yes.
dumbest shit you tried to pull ever. But because that
Oh,
is what started me on doing the exact change, and I still do it to this day. So I don't think it's too old ladyish. I think it's
hilarious.
cool.
I think it's so there's a prime example. It was society happened, right? Because of the dang Rona, and we changed along with it. We adapted to have our exact change is what we did.
Yeah, yeah. No one has to count it anymore. Maybe that was their plot all along.
Damn it.
It wasn't to move. It wasn't to move us to debit cards necessarily. They just wanted
It
people to
was
have to quit doing math.
it was to help these young whippersnappers out because they can't figure out how to make change.
Yes, gonna need to give them exact change. We do not pay enough for them to have that kind of education. Oh my goodness gracious. Too fucking funny. All right, so, so we'll wrap this up. I would say our lesson learned and growth earned on this is so as society changes, so too do the people who are raised in it. If you can view change as a celebratory thing, it can make it easier to adjust. But you don't have to change all your opinions. Some of them are still okay. And I say embrace these kids these days and start shaking the fist. It's kind of fun.
In our next episode, we'll discuss the sustainability. You're going to hear me pronounce it a lot next week. Oh, you're going to hear our hot take on it. Until next time, go out there and be your favorite self.
Yes. And if you enjoy the shenanigans on this show, make sure to leave a review or like or give us a comment. We love hearing from you. And also make sure you're following us on your favorite listening platform so you can catch all our future episodes.